I recently saw a movie called Minimalism. Pretty eye-opening, especially for a person like me who's been, what can I say, interested in shopping and having things. Not in an addictive way, but I've always enjoyed. It's like, wow, this guy has 3 shirts, 1 pair of jeans, 1 trouser, 2 hats, 2 chairs in his living room, a cycle, 3 pans, 2 plates. It was a very different way of life. I don't know, I was so inspired by it. Not very much later, I actually held a garage sale in my house and I took out some 2,000 articles of stuff that I was not using. But actually it was literally charity. I put tags of 5 rupees and 10 rupees on stuff that costs a few thousands and I just let it go. Because if I have not worn a dress which I bought 5 years ago, it still has a price tag on. It costs a few thousands, nobody is using it. If I just let it go for 50 bucks, it's going to be useful to somebody. It will actually get used. Somebody will actually feel joy in wearing it. So I just let things go and I felt like the vibration of my whole house improved. I just felt my own mind feeling lighter. It's been like more than a month. I haven't missed any single article that I just let go. I have come across, some deals online and great things when I went out to a mall. Before just, mindlessly picking it up, I just asked myself, will I use this for the next 10 years? Do I really need this pair of shoes? And surprisingly, the answer was no. I was in shock. I never say no to shoes and clothes and bags. I'm still in shock. I felt good walking away from that pair of shoes. I think minimalism is a good thing. It just saves everybody a lot of time and effort and money. And your priorities change for the better stuff. I don't say that I'm a complete minimalist today, but I am feeling better by being less materialistic. Relatively less. I just thought I'd share it because I felt a big difference. What do you think of when I say the word charity? You think, okay, I'm going to have a lot of money one day and I'm going to write a big check and give it to the biggest charity. That charity is just an act of kindness done to somebody who's not going to be able to repay you in any way, right? So charity could be smiling at a stranger. Charity could be blessing somebody. Charity could be opening the door for somebody. Charity could be buying somebody else's child an ice cream when you're buying your own child an ice cream. Charity could be complimenting somebody. Charity could be sitting down and spending 15 minutes with somebody who feels low. Charity could be somebody older who doesn't have enough company. You could just sit and talk to them. That's also charity. I think we need to change the definition of what charity is. The minute we do that, then we will be able to do today, right now, this hour, something for somebody without making charity something which is a 5-year plan or something that we will one day do in the future. I'm saying just open your mind. If you just walk into your boss's cabin, you finish the work that you had at hand and then you look at your boss and think that he's not his normal self, and you just ask, boss, all okay? Are you alright? Can I get you something? That's also charity. That's also kindness. And why are we so scared of doing a good deed for somebody who doesn't expect it of us? It feels absolutely amazing. One thing that's really working for me is taking people's love but not their advice. A lot of people think that if we love somebody, we must listen to what they're saying and actually do that in our life. It's your life, nobody else, not even your closest friend, your sibling, your mom, your father. They're not living your life for you. They can only tell you what they think according to them, coming from where they come from. They can tell you what is good for you. But you don't always necessarily have to follow it, regardless of how old you are, because you must take responsibility for your own life. And when I say that, don't take people's advice, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying be aggressive. I'm not saying and fight with whoever is advising you. I do not advocate that at all. What I'm saying is that advice and love can be two separate things. You can take somebody's love, go on respecting them, keep the love, be polite, be nice, love them, care for them, and yet not do exactly what you are being told. Who loves you and who's advising you, you can talk to them and tell them that you have something else in mind. So love and respect and reverence can all be absolutely intact while you continue to live your life the way you want to. Then what happens is that you are completely responsible for your life, and if things go well, great, fabulous. But if things do not go well, the only person who you can complain about is yourself. The worst thing you can do is resent people who actually loved you, but their advice wasn't right for you. So take people's love, not necessarily their advice, and don't feel guilty about doing that. There have been many times in my life that I've taken steps which everyone around me didn't like, but in the long run, taking that step really turned my life around. It turned out for the best, but had it been the other way around, that was the risk I was willing to take. One mistake a lot of people make, I did too, is that I express my love in a certain way. I expected the other person to do the same. And that was wrong, because everybody has a different way of expressing love, and everybody's way is okay. Just because somebody is not doing exactly what you are doing, or not doing something that exactly how you expect them to do, does not mean that what they're doing is wrong. It does not mean that what they're doing is less. Does not mean that what they're doing is not enough. If a person is doing to the best of their ability, that means they love you in the best possible way that they know how. I've started accepting people a lot more for who they are, what they are. I've stopped expecting that they will change for me or my benefit. If they do, I'm so grateful, and if they don't, then that's fine too, because all I want to do is understand that if a person has the right intention for being in my life, that's enough for me. I've started trying to understand why people are the way they are, and the more I understand people, the more I let go of my judgment about them. I'm definitely happier for it. I think a very important part of our life should be about letting the past go, forgiving people, including yourself, stopping the past from dictating who we are today and what we are going to be tomorrow. A lot of people have a lot of people in their lives who did bad to them, did harm to them, did wrong to them, were unfair to them. Today, what happened to me 20, 30 years ago is not going to help me. It doesn't serve me. It's only harming me. It's just becoming this stinking sack of potatoes inside my head, which just keeps getting worse, and it does no harm to anybody else except me. So I let the past go. The other thing is forgiveness. I have nobody left in my life to forgive. Honestly, I've forgiven everyone, including myself. I didn't know better. That's why I didn't do things differently. They didn't know better, so they didn't do things differently. And by forgiving them and forgiving me, I've just let myself off the hook and I'm free. It's tough, but it's worth it. It's really, really, really a secret to happiness. It's never too late to start anything new. Never too late. After working for a long time in advertising and as an actor, I've recently started a new brand called The Happy Path, which is a life and relationship training brand. And people are like, you're starting something new. Like, it's a business, it's a new career. How are you even going to do that? I'm like, really? I would start it at 50, at 60, at 70 or 80. If I got inspired, I'd do it. What's age got to do with doing anything new? I want to learn the piano. I want to learn how to sing. I want to learn how to play the guitar. I want to learn Bharatanatyam. I have a lot of things I still have to do. I've not even started with life yet. It's just these boundaries, these beliefs, these thinking patterns that we have learning, teaching, trying, being adventurous. That's the whole point of life. We did not come here to have miserable lives. We did not come here to become old, slowly wither away and die. We came here to experience. My grandfather was very active at the age of 93. He wanted to experience new places, new foods, new people all the time. And he had that hunger in him to do that when he was 90 plus. So well, I have a long way to go. Try something new, it's fun. How many of you think that meditation is for monks and old people and the spiritual type? Do you know that even taking one long deep breath is also a sort of meditation? One long deep breath is also meditation. You don't know whether you're coming or going in the middle of that crazy day. If you just stop, pause for 5 seconds or 7 seconds and take one long deep breath, it's miraculous. Everybody on earth needs to meditate, not because it's the right thing to do, but it just is our connection with who we are on a higher level. How do I explain it? It's all of us know that there's more to us than just this, right? So when we take a deep long breath, when we meditate for 5 minutes or 50 minutes or 2 hours, we are just connecting to that part of us which is more than this. So when I say this is my body, these are my eyes, this is my hand, this is my watch, who is that my? That person is a little more than this, right? So when I take a deep breath, when I take 3 deep breaths, when I close my eyes and just relax into myself, I'm able to connect with that higher part of me. And that higher part of me can actually have the powers to make my life a whole lot better in a whole number of ways. If we forget who we are in a greater form, how can we ever excel in doing what we do in our everyday life? Meditating, breathing right, breathing deep. These are just tools of getting the software that we have right. And when the software is right, anything that goes wrong with the hardware or other hardwares around us, we can handle it. A hardware going wrong, you can fix it. But software is tough to fix. So meditation is the key. Darling, you should try it. I do meditate. Sometimes it's really tough because the mind goes bang, 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 thoughts go crazy. But the day I'm able to do it nicely, sometimes when I get into the lift, by the time I get to the ground floor, I'm able to take one long deep breath and get into a really nice, happy space. And when I step out, my day after that is wonderful. That's also meditation. So either that, sometimes I sit with my eyes closed for an hour and I feel fantastic, rejuvenated. I feel like I have the answers to a lot of questions that were not getting answered. So meditate. It's for monks, but it's also for cool people like us. It's so important to wake up right. When I say right, it means you wake up with a smile, with gratitude, with happiness. And when I say smile and happiness and gratitude, these are not things that come naturally when you wake up. A lot of people are not morning people. Gratitude, the day I wake up smiling and saying thank you for this, thank you for that, thank you for that, my day goes well because the intention I have set in the first 5 minutes of my day is actually going to create that day for me. So the more gratitude I give out for my life is going to dictate how the day pans out. And it's amazing how wonderfully things work out. It's not easy. A lot of times the mind goes here and there and everywhere. I'm still training my mind, but at least I'm conscious that I need to wake up in gratitude. I need to wake up with love for myself, love for the people who are around me, love for what I have in life, love for where I am in life, love for where I'm going, grateful for the path that I'm on, Grateful for what I do, grateful for what I did, grateful for what I've become, grateful for all the people who've loved me so far. It's just a beautiful way to wake up. I do not look at my phone at least for an hour or two when I wake up. You know, I take time for breakfast, for working out, for relaxing. I do not read the newspapers in the morning, definitely not in the morning, sometimes not at all, because I think newspapers are just full of too much negativity. I think there should be a TV channel called The Happy Path. There should be an app called The Happy News. So much good happens in the world. So much happiness happens in the world. So much niceness happens. So many acts of kindness. Nobody reports it. It's sad. And those are the things that we should be putting into our head first thing in the morning, because that's what will keep reiterating in our head all day, all day. So when I wake up and I hear happy news, oh, this one helped out somebody else, somebody did charity, a poor child become a doctor and stuff like that. You know, that's the kind of news that one should wake up with. Set out a good intention. Just start affirming something positive when you wake up, like, it's going to be a good day. Thank you, it's a nice day. Thank you for the sunlight. Thank you for the happiness. Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for the food on the table. It's going to be a great day. Everything is working out brilliantly for me. Everything is working out great for me. Everything is working out for everybody. Everybody is going to smile a little more today. Everybody is going to be a little more healthier today. Everybody is going to be a little more kinder to each other. Everybody is going to be kinder to themselves. Everybody is going to say, I love me, I love me, I love me. And I say to myself, I love me. It's so beautiful. Look in the mirror and say, you're lovely. That's the right way to start a day. I do, most of the times. And the days I don't, at least I'm conscious I didn't. And I do a tiny one. And there are many points during the day that I actually sit for like 2 seconds and say, wow, I'm really grateful for this. I'm really, really, really grateful. Such a lovely feeling.